Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this video is going to find you when you're doing fine and in good health. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end, so let me know where you're watching this video from, which continent and which country, so to be specific. I'm coming live from the Middle East and everything is fantastic. So guys, there is a lot of threats in this YouTube street. A little bit of a thrilling one, but it begs the question, why? Why? Gintu has come out to issue a threat and a warning on the same note. It is a threat that is being issued online, grotesquely, that this alone has left majority of people asking, is Jaboanze a lawless kind of a community? What is the problem? Are people just giving people threats because no action has been taken yet? Then others also are asking themselves a specific kind of a question. What's the kind of ramification or an antidote that could come and quells all the ills that already been made, basically from the naysayers themselves? But if you flip the coin, some naysayers are also asking themselves a question. Why would Gintu come up loud and give certain kind of a warning shot? And specifically directed to Dimongo. On the other side, we are also seeing Dimongo and Murimi revealing the threats and countless bickering and countless attack, and why the uncle had to come in and block the road. Why not for Congress Dad? Then we would be talking of other things. So these are the issues that we want to delve into. And it's an issue that we want to unravel, and we wanted to let you know what is the cause of the problem. Why should Gintu issue a life threat to Gintu? Because we have not been told specifically where Deemwango issued such kind of threat. Is it the Gintu's own creation so that it creates a drama, or to target it? Is Deemwango a target? And why is it coming at the time when Dimongo is constructing the house? Plus other history and other stories that people are choreographed and concocted targeting Dimongo. Therefore, as I'm signing off, before we come in to delve into this issue, I just want to say point blank that Dimongo is a target. Perhaps this is the story that is going around. If you believe Dimongo is a target, please let me know at the comment section. But if you also mean otherwise, please just jot down all your comments respectfully on the comment section, and I will come and delve into it. So guys, if you're coming across this YouTube street and this YouTube channel for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify instantly. My loyal subscriber, may God bless you ominously. So let's dive in after. My name is Sinazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, the question that I've asked you, is Dimongo a target? If you mean and believe that Dimongo a target and you've jotted, and you haven't meant so, why is Gintu giving or issuing out a threat? If you cannot find that, that is the main reasons why I am here. Then I will also ask the same question in the same breath. Is such kind of threats warranted for? Must they be issued in this public limelight? Or what is the capital that such kind of threats is coming with? And secondly, is Dimongo falling for that trap by keeping quiet? Or what the way forward? If Dimongo will start to respond to its Gintu, is it worth it, or Dimongo just to keep quiet? Or what is the way forward for Dimongo in this case? So this is the deliberation that we wanted to project our argument with. And we want to actually unravel the substantial ground that Dimongo can act and turn things on his favor, on our favor. Because I've seen the kind of flair negative argument flying around this YouTube stream. The other one was started by the Co-era, then picked by the Gintu sister. Now, because the development that Dimongo is doing in the village, it's an eyesore for very many people, because majority of people don't want it. That's why I tell you, anytime I opine in this YouTube street, that everything that just doesn't happen out of just a mere coincidence. It is well choreographed, planned, strategically, and there is conspirators and co-conspirators mainly towards achieving a specific objective and goals. Why? Was to deter Deemwango never to build in the village, to deter the Ondaris never to purchase any kind of land in the village. And secondly, the fact that Deemwango now is building, now the issue of cultures and the issues of taboos is now being thrown into the flare, that ladies are never allowed to build in their homes. Those are the hogwash kind of taboos that for very many times has left Africans never to develop. This is a stereotypic kind of a riddle that were long done away with by the African tradition, that never allow women to acquire property back at their home. They are allowed tenfold. What is the law that really requires a woman never to build back in his home? In their home, in their parental home, they are allowed. Those are the taboos, and the cultures were so primitive and backward in a way that will never allow majority of our well-able women who are so independent to come back home and develop back their own home. It's only the few who have got the homes and financial oomph and muscles itself has really defined particular kind of an order, particular kind of primitive and backward culture that will never let other people develop. No wonder the Japo Hansa, you see them, a lot of mud houses left and right. When they see somebody is constructing a permanent house, it's either you're an Illuminati. It's like, I've never seen people who normally glorify poverty. I've never seen people who really would want to attack people who just helping them. It's a culture that is deeply rooted within the society, that if somebody buys a land to purchase a land to develop the community, people are pointing finger at him. People are calling you an alien. People are calling you, it boils down to tribal war. It's boiling down to tribal war. The fact is, I want you to watch this video. When Dimongo was in his construction site, she was approached by Murimi, and Murimi was telling Dimongo pertinent issue that sometimes I was wondering, what is it? A development that now people are talking that this Deemwangos and Undari is a kisi. That Murimi is also threatened that he has got 10 days to live before he meets his creator and before his deletion. That one comes from the parent, the dad, comes from the brother, the Ernesto, plus other people. And this one comes, a tragedy and irony comes after Gintu had visited this dad. What was shown in the camera was the true depiction, but wasn't the real desires of the lazy girl. Therefore, the dad was talked to, but the scenes without the focus of the cameras. Therefore, they unleashed other things. They promised Murimi, they tried to seek audience with Murimi. Murimi refused, and Murimi has remained steadfast but telling the truth. So those who threatened Murimi, Gintu is the one choreographing everything. Perhaps let's listen.
A normal life, and I really appreciate God. God have everything, and they have told me that 10 days they will kill me. 10 days they will kill
Who?
me. I've got 10 days in this world.
Who told you that? Murimi?
Sincerely speaking, haki ya Mungu Mungu moja.
Who told
Makodula
you?
And my father and Matiko.
They told you that.
Hey, I've got 10 days to live in this world. So
No, that is wrong.
Yeah.
That is wrong, Murimi. Nobody should tell you that.
yeah, because mimi nikikufa hata saizi natetea haki eti wanasema eti unajifanya kwa Wakisii na hakuna kitu atakusaidia. You know? Sasa mimi nikijifanya hivyo ninasaidia watu wengine. Wacha basi nikufe kwa sababu ya watu wengine au watu wengine wataishi. Hata Raila Odinga anatusaidia sana hii Kenya. Hey. So there's no way a person can be speaking stupidity because of denying other
But
people's
Murimi,
opportunity.
you can sue them for telling you that. You can sue them for that.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
Nobody has a right to tell you that.
Yeah. Because that I'm telling that I'm saying
Because
that,
you're speaking the truth.
Yeah, I'm speaking the truth and they are telling me unajifanya kwa Wakisii. Who is a Kisii? This tribalism. Yeah? Nani mkisii hapa sasa? Tuna mkisii wapi na wapi? Eh? Your father also is a good person. I'm telling you the truth. You people be keen with those people, and this man who is being called on that is a good person.
From that video alone, you can see
And I'll tell
that
you
Murimi
later
is breaking up the
because
news. That it's been promised to leave within 10 days, then it shall have already been deleted. Going forward, it was a threat that issued that Murimi has told us the people behind it. So this is the thing that Dimongo has seen and has advised Murimi that for the people who are threatening you lively and you have the evidence, you need to go to the police so that police will look into it. Should anything happen to Murimi, that the people who must also be liable. Gintu is the first suspect. So these are the things that Gintu is now reverting in. You know, Gintu is rebutting it. And I just want to let you know the reasons as to why Gintu has decided to give warning to Dimongo and to issue a warning. Because it is the Gintu who called Murimi and started telling Murimi that I want an audience, an interview with you. Which when Murimi failed to go to do an interview with the dads, therefore they issued a threat. And the people now started calling, categorizing the Amar Onari's family as an alien. You see, it has gone to tribal. Even Murimi has got notice of it. And Murimi is spelling how it is. So these are the things that are making jitters. And sending jitters to Gintus and the naysayers. Therefore, they've resorted to issuing threats. Perhaps, let's listen to Gintu and watch keenly, and you see the level of threats that is
told that one of the guy who bought the land from Deemwango was told that whenever he can just check wherever Gintu is, you're going to be bringing much of the shenanigans and the telenovela. So today I was just passing through, and I want to be advising this kind of the demagogues once and for all, because they think about they're going to be coming for Gintu, hinging Gintu, A, B, C, D, and this is a warning to Deemwango, and I want to be telling her this as a real, because they're going to be messing with the wrong person that she doesn't understand, because she's going to be starting something I've never understood. Because she thinks about it the way I was at the villa, it's the way I have to react right now. The time she was ever coming to the villa and telling her, oh, Gintu, I want you to pay me this way. Right now, things going to be getting worse. Because right now, everybody going to be developing our own stories and making it happen. Because I think of telling much of the people to attack me that I'm just passing through the way, I just that's a demagogic way and a very stupidical way. And to the real fact, don't use this kind of the small villagers thinking about, oh, because the person has sold their land. Right now, whenever things going to be happening to that kind of the small boy, talk about going to be attacking Gintu, then Gintu do something terrible. And do you know, understand that again they'll have to sell the whole of the land. And that
eloquently directing these kind of threats and issuing them to Dimongo. I've never seen any threat that Dimongo have issued to Gintu, pointedly. But Gintu has decided to document this one and speak it to Dimongo, and the title itself, warning to Dimongo. And it's confirming the same thing and affirming that he is going to deal with Dimongo. That Dimongo should not feel that whenever he was at Amara's villa, that is the feeble Gintu. No. That is saying, Gintu is saying things are going to be tough. Gintu is also promising all mothers of war. The only thing I want to tell Gintu The threats that you've just issued against Dimongo on this YouTube stream, that video alone. If Dimongo decided to take that video alone to the police, you know more. I believe you've forgotten the battles that you've been having with the police. Now, majority of people are cheering you to start a war that you don't know the end. You've tried this family to the core. Now you've started with the Dimongo. You know? What makes you think that you're above the law? Maybe to that community, but else you cannot. I want to therefore tell you, just cross Mabera, go to Migori and behave the same way, and we see how it will happen. Pass Mabera, then go to Migori with that kind of behavior. Then we'll see how you'll make it or not. It's not a threat, but I'm just telling you. You might be a champ within a sort of your village. But the only thing I want to tell you, could you please, the same behavior, take it to Migori, then we see. Take it there. It is not sort of a war. It's just to let you know the comparison. Where other places, people don't want all these kind of squabbles and problems because asiyefunza na mamae atafunza na ulimwengu. If you are not raised well with your parents and you defied all cause and values of the family, therefore you will be taught lessons by the community. But if you defied all the cause and the core values and the good principles that's the community it's presenting forth to you, therefore you'll be left alone and the world will teach you a lesson. That's specifically what I'm saying. That is specifically what I'm saying. Or the simple thing, here you hate the people of Kisii. That's why most of the times you refer Undari the Kisii man to go back to Kisii. Okay, get out from where you are. Go and take those villages to Kisii, and then we see whether you'll survive or not. That's what I'm doing here, as I'm giving you the contrast. And I'm involving myself in the comparative analysis that what is happening in Jaboanze is not a true representation of Kenyans. It's not a true representation of Kenyans. It's just the same way M. Carroll is ranting in his house in Bungoma. But I want to tell you, Bungoma people are good people. He cannot take such kind of shenanigans into their own compound. That's why he will come and vex in her boardroom. But in Nyabohanze, it has been turned to a telenovela shenanigans. It has been turned to telenovela shenanigans. That's why I'm telling you, such kind of an issue can never happen in other parts of Kenya, but only in Nyabohanze. Therefore, it tells you there is a problem. It tells you it's an issue of a culture. It tells you, because you see even the parents that are supposed to protect their children. Now see, if they are not drunkard, see the Murimi's God is complaining of an abuse. See them. A place whereby a child could just wake up and start addressing the parents the way they want. In my home compound and in my community, you cannot get that one. So long as you see a parent, anybody who is an elder, you bow. In Nyabohanze, they don't care. It's a place where they lack gratitude, a place where they lack empathy, a place where they want to grab everything. Then they claim credit. So Gintu, the reasons why Gintu is fearing for the life is the issue when it's known that he's been hiding into the sugarcane plantations of Congress Dad, want to lay attack to this family. Once the family knew, so the family decided to tell Uncle Mo to talk to the issue. Uncle Mo talked to the issue and gave a warning and told Gintu off. If you know you're doing the right thing, why are you hiding? What are you hiding? Must you hide in the plantation? The simple message that Uncle Mo told you, that please stop filming our property. If you are passing, pass and go, but stop blocking and Cosmogate, stop filming Ayamara's gate. How many number of times have you trespassed Dimongo's land? Thrice. I saw you even yesterday. And this is the thing I'm telling you. If you mean with a threat, why don't you go where when Deemwangos and Ayamara and Uncle Mo are there? Just go and go there. Then you will see. Have you ever seen Ayamara at your own construction site? You haven't. Have you seen anybody? You haven't, unless Congress Dad came with the police, because the police have a right to come and apprehend you anywhere, even in your own bedroom. Why do you want to go and cause chaos? The only thing is one, with your chaos that you're promising, but you don't know how the end itself. The end might end up with you. So you must also be very careful when issuing threats. Remember, you pass up to the two villages where your home is, get to Nyabohanse, the village of the Amarwas, and you want to cause mayhem over there. My guys, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter whether the Dimongo's dad is from Kisii or anywhere. The fact is, you're trespassing and the one causing a problem. You're causing disturbance to that family. And this is why I was in the opinion that this troop street is very hot with the bullying. That I was also requesting the Dimongos and the Amars and the Unaris into this world that forget about the defamation. Go and pursue this case in a criminal nature. Simply means this is a cyberbullying crime. The simple thing, go direct to the DCI headquarters, Nairobi. Report that issues there. There doesn't require a lawyer. But if you, to make it so substantially good, if you have a family lawyer, just pick up a lawyer, go there, make a formal statement. Are you there? Just make a formal statement. Incognito. Don't make them know. And let the DCI work. Within 2 weeks, you will get the report and you'll see the fruit. Because somebody cannot just come and threaten your family and issue threats. Then he goes away with. It cannot. So this alone confirms the fears. And you want to know, Gintu is the man behind the planning other heinous act to this family. Because he was gotten of his act and his act really failed. So Gintu is mad. And Murimi
Today,
is really confirming that.
There's a problem came up there.
About what?
About that road. And
Today again?
Yeah, today again. I think your father, we've been with him. He has controlled everything. Yeah. Karonzo have given you a road. Yeah. And
But why are people like that, Murimi?
you know, let me tell you one thing. People in this our village are primitive. You know, I really appreciate those people who took their student to school, because without you being learned, you'll be a primitive person. Because let me ask you, you are denying a tipper to come down here, and don't you see how many people you will feed today? Around
For
8,
sure.
yeah, around 8 people. Watu tamanini, eh?
Yeah.
And you are denying,
80 people.
denying a small place that a tipper can pass. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it have come to an extent that you have bought a road from Kalonzo. You know, such people. And when those people will come here, their sons, coming to start this job here, manpower. I'm a manpower, as you can see, guys. I'm a manpower. Whenever we come here, also I'll deny them. Because why? Why? You'll never pass to my plot and coming to this,
Yeah.
doing a job. Because, you know, ubinafsi. Ubinafsi unaitoaje kwa Kiingereza?
Being selfish.
Yeah,
You just
selfish,
think about yourself.
Yeah. You think that you are the one who you want to gain.
Yeah.
It's not good, you know?
Yeah.
People have heard that Dimongo is constructing here. And our young people, our young villager, you know, in this Kenya, there's no job.
Yeah.
Our young people is gaining from here. If you give a person or
this
a
is
young
after
man,
their own quest of Gintu's being sent to have an audience with Murimi. So, which means when Gintu succeeded having interview with Murimi's dad, and the turnout was not pleasing, so they decided like to call Murimi. Murimi refused. That's why they issued threat to Murimi. And that's why they planned the further activity of blocking the Amaros family, of blocking Dimongo's track never to pass that road again. Remember, anytime you sell a land, you must give a pathway. And it's the same pathway that Dimongo will use. Then what is happening? So Gintu went ahead and plan and plot for the Murimi's dad and the uncles to Murimi to further block the road or denies Dimongo's Amara road never to pass there. But thank God, Congress dad had the wind and went there straight and told them, you sold the land, give us the way now. That is when things de-escalated down. That is when they came to their own senses and the road was provided and the people scampered to their own comfortable cocoon. And this is the reasons why they hate this man. They're saying Congress dad is cruel. No, it's not cruel. It's somebody who likes things that are so straight. It's somebody who will come and tell you, okay, are you aware when you sell somebody's land, even whether you don't have a road, you have to provide for him a road, because the land doesn't exist in vacuum. There is an entry and exit point. Where's the entry point? So it's the owner of the land who is selling a land who must provide the path. They provided. So these are the things, when these things were provided, now they started calling and threatening Murimi. And it's the question that Murimi is asking themselves. The same parents are the people complaining that Deemwango are not giving their children jobs. And at the same time, they would want their children to come at Deemwango's side, to be building so that they get an ends meet. Yet, you've blocked the road where the lorries are passing to drop the materials. And that's why Murimi is saying, if they further block, therefore, you will also block their family never to pass their land, going to look for a job. So all this is shenanigan, and these are the things that Gintu is finding so uneasy and finding it so difficult that he could not bear with, because he's beaten in his own game. Therefore, he wants to create drama around it for content, because he knows in up to 8 months, when Dimongo wants to build his villa, that will be the source of content. So Gintu will want to pass there so that people will have a glimpse of what is happening over there. But it has already been taken out. And that's why Dimongo has resorted to fencing his place. And this is something that Gintu is against, because Gintu wanted to trespass. And I dare you, Gintu, leave your promise, leave your warning promises alone, then just act on them. Then we'll get to know how far will you get away with such kind of threats. So let me know what you think at the comment section. Until next time, this is Celia.